All right, thanks everyone for joining. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. And what we do at Learn with Pride is a IT training organization that help people that wants to transition, whether from non-technical background to IT space. So we help you on the journey. As you all know, no most people are looking for a master class. Not everyone wants to go back to school because they want to transition and go back for another 3 4 years to study that career path. No, nobody wants to do that. So everyone is looking for someone that can walk the walk with them. Someone they can run to for support, for mentorship, for advice. And that is what we stand for. So what we provide is a practical training, right? And it's not only the practical training. We preach, especially at Learn with Pride, we preach more of hands-on job experience, practical training and hands-on job experience, with little emphasis on certification. The reason being that you might have thousands of certificates, but if you are lacking that knowledge or if you are lacking that experience, nobody will employ you. So what's the essence of the certificate? That you are just writing professional exams, but you are not getting the jobs. Whereas if you have the knowledge and the hands-on experience without the certification, you can still get a job. You can still be employed. And that is what we represent. We cover that bit of practicality and work on hands-on experience. So you do practical training, and after that, you'll be involved in a live project as well, where you're going to work with the likes of yourself as a project manager, business analyst, developer, tester, um, sometimes product designer. You have the tools. We give you everything that it takes for you to succeed out there. So that is what we represent. And I know it's going to be a 3 months journey. And in that 3 months journey, at the end of that 3 months, what we expect is for you to be able to compete with those who has been doing it in the industry for 2 3 years. And I know that is possible because I'm a testament myself. I transitioned from an accounting background and I transitioned into a tech space. What I do now is a software automation engineer, whereby I write codes in programming language like C# to automate functionalities. I didn't read this in school. You know, I did a similar course back then as well with little support. I had to do most of the work myself, but that is what we are giving you. We are giving you the support, although you still have to do the job yourself as well. Because if you remember, I said at the end of the 3 month process, you'll be able to compete with those who has been doing it in the industry. And you have to put in the work as well. So it's not only about the trainings that you receive in class, it's not only about the project that you're going to do. You have to do your own research. It has to be an everyday journey for the next 3 months. Once a week, twice a week, researching or watching the recording or getting your hands dirty will not cut it. For those who are really desperate about the change, is going to be a sacrifice, a 3 month sacrifice that has to be done from your own side. We are going to give you everything that you need to succeed. The question now is if you're going to make use of everything that you've been given. Regardless, we all have the reason why we want to transition, whether for um, work-life balance, or you want to probably travel out of the country, or you're looking for a remote job. The good thing since after COVID is, especially with IT jobs, is that you can get remote jobs. Whether you live in Nigeria, you can get a remote job outside Nigeria. Whether you live in Ghana, you can get a remote job outside Ghana. Whether you live in UK, you can get a remote job in Canada. Anywhere, it is possible now. But you can only compete with those in the space if you have the required knowledge. You know, if not, you just be dreaming that, oh, I wish I'm the one that got that job. The question is, do you have what it takes to get the job? So that is what we stand for. And that is a little bit about ourselves. We've been going strong for going to 4 years now, and we've had testimonies right, left, and center. The courses that we focus on, the IT courses that we focus on, ranges from project management to business analysis to DevOps engineer, software automation testing, UI UX, Scrum/product owner, and data analytics. And all these courses I just mentioned, they are all hands-on practical experience with opportunity to work on a live project. So that is us. And I have a small slide before I call on the facilitator to quickly go with you. And about project management, I'll leave this to the facilitator to talk more about project management, the type of methodology that will be used on the journey, and to share more light into what project management actually stands for. I'll leave that to the facilitator to do that. All right. So what is important to me is actually this one. As a project manager, how much can you be paid? How much are you worth if you have the required knowledge? Average salary in the UK is around 57,000. Why? If you are taking up a contract role, you can be on 6 figures. You can get as much as £400 per day, £500 per day, £600 per day. If you are getting £500 per day, that is like £10,000 per month. That is a lot of money. And not only is project management one of the hot, jobs out there. Also, you can get a visa sponsorship. It's one of the shortest skilled worker in the UK. So that means if you are looking to travel, probably you are still in Ghana, in Nigeria, and you are looking to relocate, it is possible for you to get a company from the UK that will sponsor that visa. That is what it means. But before you can put yourself in that space, you need to do the work as well. All right. What is another opportunity or advantage of taking up this role is ability to be able to work remotely anywhere in the world. It is so fun working now, especially when you are in the IT space. How do I mean? Let's say you are the type that likes traveling, and you don't want to take off, especially when you are a contractor. Contractor doesn't like to take holidays because they are on pay as you go. If you take holidays, you won't be paid. You can travel and still be working wherever you go to, because you are working remotely. So you might live in the UK and wants to travel to, let's say, Turkey with the family. You can travel and you can work from there as well. That is the flexibility that remote working gives you. Again, is in high demand. I can't overemphasize how high in demand this role is at the moment. But I'll again leave that to the facilitator to shed more light. So what would be the roadmap if you are to embark on this journey with us? These are the roadmap. The first one is the training. The second, the project, optimize your brand, apply for jobs, and prepare for interview. What do I mean? Let me break it down one by one. So the training is it's a 5 weeks training that occurs twice a week. So twice a week for 5 weeks, you are going to do nothing but a practical training that will expose you to industry standard tools as well, like Jira, Microsoft Project, and also we want to expose you to Agile methodology. That is the waterfall and the Agile approach, because you never know. Probably your first job will be a waterfall project, or your first role will be an agile project, or it might be a combination of the two. You never know. But knowledge on both of them will not harm you. So that's why we'll be using a agile methodology for that. So it's going to be a 3 month journey, but 5 weeks practical training. After the 5 weeks practical training, then you'll be involved for another 2 months. You'll be involved on a live project. This is not a capstone project. When I say live, it's actually a live project. It's actually a real project. It's not a made up project for this course, no. And it's not a capstone project. You'll be working with the likes of, as I said earlier on, developer, project managers, yourself. And the good thing is, even you as a project manager, you'll be acting kind of like a scrum as well in your team. You'll be working with the likes of business analysts, testers, and product designer as well. And as I said, you'll be using in-demand tools like Jira, Microsoft Projects, Idea Board, Planet Poker, and just to name the few. And the tutor the facilitator that will be taking you on the journey has many years of experience when it comes to project management. So all that is required of you is just to come prepared, you know, come with the expectation that you want to get something out of it, and for those with experience or from experience, for those that commit their time, for those that dedicate themselves to the process, they always get results at the end of the day. If you want to make this work, you cannot be a backbencher. No, you cannot. You have to be at the forefront. You have to do the work, because you can only get to know more from your mistakes, and you cannot make mistakes if you don't get your hands dirty. So if you get your hands dirty, you make mistakes, you have people there to guide you, to correct you, and next time you know that that's not going to repeat itself. That is how you learn. So when it comes to the interview stage, you are not learning, you are not lying at the interview. You are actually saying what you've gone through, what you've done. And you can only have story to tell when you put yourself fully into the process. And that is what we are asking you to do, because every other tools, the support, the mentorship, the guidance, everything is there for you to make use of. So if you really want it, why not go for it? So after the training, then comes the project. After the 5 weeks training, then you'll be involved in a 2 month project. And as I said earlier on, it's a real project. And I've mentioned the likes of who you'll be working with on the project. And after the project, one important thing there, you can see certificates alone cannot get you the job. You need hands-on, you need hands-on job experience to actually secure the role. That means, because I understand many of us, we are so particular about, oh, I want to be certified, I want to be certified, I want to be certified. You know, it's funny to me, because many people comes to me with that, do I offer certification and all of that. I just laughed, because I've been in that position as well before, thinking that if I'm not certified, I cannot get the role. That is a mentality. But things are changing. you know Things are changing to the extent that if you are not careful, you just be doing those certifications. You might not end up using them. Why? Because you don't have what it takes. Nobody wants to take someone who has only got the theoretical knowledge about the role. But meanwhile, what you read to pass your certification exam, the way it's done in the real life is actually different. They want someone who can hit the ground running. And that is why you notice that you've been doing certification exam. but you are not really getting job with that certification exam because you don't have the knowledge, the experience that is needed to secure that role. All right. So after the training has been done, you've gone through the training, you've gone through the project, comes the one of the most important aspects, which is optimization of your brand. You must have done the training, knows everything in and out about project management, gone through the project as well, know everything practicals, you know how to communicate, work in with a team, perform your role as a project manager. But if you are not visible in the market, nobody will call you. No recruiter will reach out to you. Your CV will not be seen. And if you are not visible, that means you will not get calls. If you don't get calls, that means you will not get job. That is why this third step as well, it's very, very important. If you don't have a CV, that means you have to get your CV done or CV revamped, you know. And your LinkedIn as well has to be done because LinkedIn has become a professional marketplace where recruiters go to now to hunt for, professionals, So you have to be there as well. You have to be everywhere, anywhere that you can be seen. And these two things will speak for you, even without interviewing you. For your CV goes a long way, your LinkedIn profile goes a long way. So this has to be done. At the end of the slide, I think I'll refer you if you want to get it done. The people we partner with that has got many years of experience and with testimonies as well that can help you with that at a very reduced price. You can get it done from them. All right. So we've talked about training, we've talked about project, we've talked about optimization of your brand. When these three are done, then you are set. You are set to start applying. 1 second. Yeah, so you are set to start applying for jobs because now you've uploaded your CV that just got revamped onto those job sites, and you make it searchable so that recruiters can see you. Your LinkedIn has been optimized as well. Recruiters can reach out to you on there, and many other job sites that we're going to tell you that you can create your profile and start applying for jobs on there as well. Then after that comes the interview. When you start getting calls from recruiters, one way or the other, they'll shortlist you. They'll put you forward to the hiring manager. Then you have to go through the interview. And this is one of the things that we support with as well, interview preparation. Whenever you have interview, we go through the interview preparation with you just for you to be ready for that interview. And again, remember, you've gone through the project. So many of the things they'll be asking you, it might be scary, but by the time you go through the interview, you actually see that it's something that you've actually done before. It's something you've learned in the class if you are actually doing the job, you know? So this will not be a worry as well. And quickly, what comes with the package that you'll be paying for is the practical training, the work experience, which is working on a live project, the mentorship, the support, the interview preparation, and also we give you reference for the duration, work reference for the duration that you are with us. So you'll be with us for 3 months. So that means we are going to give you a 3-month work experience. That's another advantage that you get from us. And the good thing about us is it goes beyond the money you're paying us. We build a lasting relationship with every of our students because we believe your success at the end of the day is our success. You know, if you are able to secure a role at the end of the process, then someone will ask you somewhere that, how did you do it? Andrew, how did you do it? And you tell them, you refer them, I did my training, I learned with pride. And that is what we are after. you know, for you to be able to get to that position, to refer us to others just because of the good service that we are providing. So it goes beyond money. For us, we build a community together, which is very key as well. When you are looking for a job, you need that community. You need, because you never know who is going to help you tomorrow. That is why it is good to build a long-lasting relationship with everybody on the same course with you, you know, build a relationship with them. The next slide is the sample jobs from JobServe. You can see the first one is paying 650 to 750 per day. Let's just say 600. Oh no, let's say average of 700. That's 14,000 pounds per month. The second one is paying 680 per day. Again, let's round that up to 700. That is like 14,000 again per month. This is something that you can be getting as well. You know, you'll be wondering that, can this actually happen after 3 months? Yes, it can. Remember, I said you are not going to rely only on the trainings, as I said, on the 2 days training that will be done for 5 weeks. No, you're not going to rely on that. It's going to be an everyday process for you. Even when you are not doing trainings, go on YouTube, go on Google, research more about this particular role. You know, look at people who are doing the roles already on YouTube, learn from them. You know, if it's about the tools that you'll be using, get your hands dirty about it on the tools. It doesn't matter whether you are making a mistake, but from your mistake, you learn, you know? So if you put your hours to it, like my students, I facilitate my software automation class as well. I tell my student, you need to commit 2 hours every day to the process. If not, you're just deceiving yourself. And at the end of the process, you'll be saying, oh, it didn't work. It didn't work because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. You know, you failed to do your own bit, despite the fact that we did our own bit, but you failed to do your own bit. Because on this journey, it takes 2 to tango. We do our bit, you do your bit, and at the end of the day, you secure that role that you are looking for. And that's how it works. All right, so this second slide, you can see as well, the first one is paying, this is a permanent role, paying 90,000 per annum. That is a lot of money. And the other one is paying 65,000 per annum. So that's just to show you that, you know, there's a great potential, even if you're not getting up to 90,000, right? I can tell you, you can't get lower than 45, 50,000 if you are too scared to go for 90,000, you know, because there's a standard that they are paying out there, you know, and they can't pay you lesser than the standard, because at the end of the 3 months, again, you are not going out there to start applying as intern, you know. No, you are going there as experience to compete. So why can't they give you what you deserve as well? Nothing is stopping them. All right, so tools, some that will be probably learned or used, Gantt charts, WBS, Jira, MS Project, Dearboard, Planet Poker. All right. So for MS Projects, I don't know if majority of us are aware or used to this software. You know, to purchase this software, you can see this is from Microsoft website. To purchase this alone, you can see how much it costs: £676 to buy these two. And the worst case is there is no trial version for Microsoft Project. There's no trial version. You have to purchase it. And you need it on the journey as well, right? You need it. All right. And that takes me to the next slide. As many will be aware of the cost, actually. The cost is $499. That is for the cost. But If you are enrolling today, I'm going to give you this Microsoft project for free. Not only that, if you are enrolling today, I'm going to give you another 40% discount on this cost. So that means you are getting Microsoft project for free, which you are going to have access to forever and ever. And also, I'm giving you another 40% discount. I can assure you, with the quality of what we provide, with the quality of our service, you cannot get it any better out there. You cannot get any better offer out there. And I'm saying that beating my chest to it, because I know the quality of what we provide. Remember, I've passed through the process as well. I understand what is required to be done to take people from point A to point B, you know? And that is why I'm telling you, you can't get it any better than that. You get the Microsoft project for free, and you get additional 40% on the actual cost. So if you want to enroll, if it sounds too good to be true, you want to enroll, you can send us a WhatsApp. You can take a screenshot of this if you want to, or put it on your phone. You can send us a WhatsApp on that number you're seeing on your screen. Or if you prefer to call us, this is a UK number as well. You can call us on that number. Or if you want to drop a message for us on Instagram, that is our handle at Learn with Pride. And you know, at the very beginning, I made mention about if you want to revamp your CV, these are the people that we partner with and we can beat our chest for as well. Career Deck Limited. If you are interested, you can message them on LinkedIn as well. I said LinkedIn, sorry, on Instagram, and says you're from Learn with Pride. So that's where I'll be stopping for now. I'll be calling on the facilitator that will take you on the journey to take you through the benefits that you are going to get on the journey as well. And after that, you can start dropping your questions on the chat if you want to, or if you've got questions, you can raise your hand. At the end of this session, I'm going to call on people who raise their hand, and we're going to answer any question. Yes, that you presented to us. So without further ado, let me call on Michael to unmute himself and take us on the journey while I stop sharing.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good
welcome.
evening, Michael.
Yeah, welcome to today's taster session. It's actually an awesome opportunity to see people wanting to move from where they are to where they want to be, and they want to do that in the IT space. And you also want to do it with Learn with Pride. That's it's awesome. Okay, so actually Akin has said so much, but my assignment today is to just tell you what you will get when you enroll for this course. And I will be sharing my screen so that you see that. Okay. Can I share now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sure everybody can see my screen.
Yes.
All right, great. So for this course, I'm just going to introduce, I won't take much of your time because I know Akin has said so much. All right, so just a second. All right, so Learn with Pride is basically the place to be. All right, it's a fast-growing transition to tech training company, okay, where we're going to hold your hand to take you through that journey from where you are right now to where you want to be in the tech space. All right, so Akin has really spoken about what all of that is about. So, but at Learn with Pride, we provide support and career advice, mentorship, and interview preparation during the course of your journey with us. So our promise to you is to get you prepared and exposed to all the opportunities in the IT industry by providing you with real project delivery work experience. So it's not just a practical, so it's not just a theory class where we talk to you. It is a class where you will get yourself acquainted with the processes, the procedures of being a successful project manager. Okay, so this is me. I know some of you will say, oh, this looks like a young man and he's having over 20 years work experience. Yes, some of us have this mutation in our DNA where we actually look young, but we are way older than that, but that's on the side. Okay, so my name is Michael Onyedikachi. Okay, I'm a project and product manager with a whole lot of experience in different industries. I've worked in the tech space, marketing, security, administration. So I've played roles of a project manager. So I know some of you will say, yes, I've been doing project management, or I have been carrying out some activities, but I don't know that I'm a project manager. Okay, but with this course, you'll be properly channeled to understand what it is to be a project manager. All right, so with all my work experience and all of that, I have now put it into this to be able to also produce excellent project managers. Okay, so that is enough about me. So who is this course for? I know that some of you want to transition, but you have to know why you are transitioning. All right, so this course is for you if you want to learn the skill of becoming an IT project manager or a digital project manager. Now, the reason why you hear digital project manager, IT project manager, they are the same words, okay? They are the same term, but maybe when you begin to apply for jobs, you hear IT project manager, you say, oh, I'm not an IT project manager, I'm a digital project manager. No, you can still apply for those kind of jobs. So it's just a tweaking of nomenclature. So the reason why it's written here digital/IT is so that you don't get confused when you begin to apply for jobs. All right. So you may also be an experienced worker who wants to sharpen your project management skills. So this course is also for you, more or less like it's going to be like a refresher course for you. But we are looking beyond that, just being a refresher course for you. We are looking at it positioning you for greater opportunities. And then you may be new to project management and you want to build a career in project management. All right. So because you want to build a career in project management you want to build a career starting from project management in the tech space, this is a good place for you to start. And then you may also want to switch your career from maybe, like Akin said, from accounting to IT, and then as a project manager, you want to switch from marketing to, IT space as a project manager. So this course is also for you. So wherever you're coming from, we have something for you. And this course is for 10 weeks, which will span into 3 months. Okay. So the first 4 weeks of the course is where we will do a theory and practical class. So we have 4 weeks of theory and 4 weeks of practical. So the class is actually broken down to be held on Mondays and Fridays. Okay. So Mondays are for theory, and then Fridays are for practicals. So what you learned on Monday, you will practicalize on Friday. What do I mean by that? The documentations you learned about, the processes you learned about, the methodologies that you were introduced to on Monday, by Friday, you will be expected to implement them. All right. So, and this period will last minimum of 1 hour, 45 minutes, but it can span up to 2 hours. Okay. The reason for that is we do not want you to have what is known as a loss of attention span. Okay. We don't want you to lose attention. So, but minimum 1 hour, 45 minutes for maximum 2 hours. So the theory is going to be between that time duration. So also will the practical. All right. So while you're doing this, while you're in the process of the 4 weeks, there is a case study which you will work on. Now, this case study is basically like the capstone project that Akin talked about. Now, you're doing a capstone project during the class. And then after the class, you do the live project. So those are two separate types of projects that you're working on. The reason is we want to get you fully prepared, fully acquainted with what it is to handle a digital project, to handle an IT project. So as Akin spoke, that you have access to 3 months of reference, you can include that in your CV. So if you do very well at the capstone project, you can include it on your CV. You do very well on your live project, you include it on your CV as part of the reference, as part of your work experience, which you have gained. All right. So, and then there is a 1 week after the 4 weeks for you to do a presentation of what you have learned, do a presentation of what you have done. Okay. So that presentation basically has to do with you showing your completed documentations, okay, from the various phases of the project life cycle that you'll be taking through, okay? And then you now have a 5-week live project. Now, this live project is where you work on a client's task, okay? You'll be interfacing with a business owner, okay? So this 5 weeks, you are going to work in a cross-functional team that is made up of business analysts, data analysts, software testers, developers, okay? And then you as a project manager can double as a scrum master and all of that in the course of the live project. So that is the duration for this course. So the curriculum is out. Monday, this class is intended to start on the 23rd. Okay, so it will start by 8 p.m. Nigerian time, probably 7 p.m. UK time. So we plan to start this class by the 23rd. The curriculum is already out. And then this 4 weeks training is going to end on the 17th of February before you do your presentation after this 4 weeks. All right. So the topics that will be taken include project initiation activities, where you learn about project charter and all of that. We'll take you through the project planning activities. We'll take you through project execution. Basically, we'll take you through all the 5 phases of the project life cycle. All right. So the course structure, the structure for the live project is this, that. So after the 1 week of completing the class deliverables, learners will work on client projects with a cross-functional team, just as I have said. And this is to gain practical project management work experience. All right. So like Akin said, the onus is on you to make yourself exceptional. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to not just learn, but an opportunity to gain that experience. So put in all that you have so that you can extract all that we have. Okay. We are here to serve you. We are here to mentor you. And then as much as you can, do your best to, put in your best. So other benefits, your resume revamp, LinkedIn optimization, Akin has mentioned all of that. Then we provide you with after training support and mentorship, interview preparation, and then there's an alumni platform. Now, this alumni platform is where you continue on the mentorship, and then you can interact with other project managers, other members of other students of Learn with Pride, because it's going to be a community of learners. All right, so the course benefits, you're going to learn the software development lifecycle. You're going to learn gain team experience. You learn about project management methodologies. Akin mentioned waterfall and agile, but I'm including Scrum because Scrum is also a methodology for project management. So you're not just going to learn about agile methodology, waterfall methodology, or the Scrum methodology. There are actually 9 methodologies. We'll introduce you to all of them, but we'll focus majorly on those 3. Okay, so you work on a live project, you have access to cross-functional teams. On request, if you want a certificate, it will be given to you. Your project deliverables will be reviewed. Now, the reason for your project deliverables being reviewed is to guide you so that by the time you are in the real world, you already know what is expected. So this project deliverables being reviewed is to guide you. It's still part of your it's still part of the mentoring process, so that by the time you hit the road running, you already know what to do. Okay, so you learn the key roles and responsibilities of a project manager. You learn how to plan, schedule, and budget your projects, because that's where your work breakdown structure comes in, and that's where the Microsoft project comes in. You have access to project management templates and materials. You learn the different phases of project life cycle. You learn about the 10 knowledge areas of project management. And then you also learn about the 49 project management processes. So we're fully packed and ready to roll with you to make you a well-rounded project manager. And then we'll also teach you how to execute a project in an agile environment using Jira, or in a waterfall environment using your Gantt charts. All right, so some of the tools that you'll be exposed to include Jira, Gantt charts, Confluence, Microsoft Project or Project Libre. And I must really appreciate Mr. Akin for making Microsoft Project available, because it's quite expensive, but that's what is the standard in the project management circle. All right, though Project Libre is also good, but most companies don't use it. So we'll also have access to your collaborations. You can hold your collaborations using Zoom, Google Meet, and Microsoft Teams. So Microsoft Teams will be where your templates and your course materials will be uploaded. So once you indicate interest and you are ready to roll with us by the 23rd, you'll be put on the Microsoft Teams where you meet other learners. All right, so you've already seen this. Now, I know a lot of you will be saying, wow, £90,000 and all of that. The truth, yes, you can earn that, but most times I'll say, let's start from a junior role, because this is probably your first time. Okay, so as a junior project manager, you can earn even as much as £28,000. Okay, so we are not limiting you. Shoot your shot to the £90,000, but most times, because you are starting out, you could choose to start out at the junior project manager position. Okay, and then you can go as high to become a senior project manager. All right, and then with the skills we're equipping you with, the knowledge we are giving to you, you can work in any industry. Okay, because even entertainment now is having IT related infusion. Okay, IT is infused into entertainment. IT is infused even into events management. So whatever sector you find yourself, you can operate as an IT project manager. All right, so this is also showing you how much you can earn as a project manager, not just in the UK, but globally. And then we are committed to your success, because that is our goal. And then we intend to equip you with the requisite knowledge and skill so that you can execute any simple or complex project in whatever industry you find yourself. And for you to be exceptional, you need to put your skin in the game. The tutor will do his best. You will do the rest by putting your skin in the game, studying extra, asking questions, being as inquisitive as possible, and then, doing your best in all that you do. Okay, so what are you waiting for? Register now. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Please, if you have any questions, please, this is the time for you to start raising your hands, and I'll call on people who raises their hands up. 1 second. And if you think you are shy, you don't want me to hear your lovely voice, that's fine as well. You might as well drop your message on the chat, but it's better to clarify any doubts that you have on the call, before going to there. All right, let me start with Francisco. You can unmute Francisco.
Yes, what I wanted to ask is, I'm a little bit new to this project management. So what I wanted to know more about it, like you have explained a lot. Yes.
I can hardly hear you, Francisco.
Just a second. What I was saying is,
All right.
can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, what I was saying is, I'm new to this platform. Like it's my first time being at this project management scheme. So what I wanted to find out more about it. That's what I wanted to find out.
What exactly do you want to find out?
How does it play? Like, what's the main points that you have to take when you are studying this project management?
All right. Michael, do you want to take that or you want me to take
it? No, you can take it. You can take it.
All right. So there's no actual prerequisite for you to come on the journey. I made an example earlier on about myself that I transitioned. My background was accounting. I had first degree, second degree, master's in accounting. Well, it got to a point that I was tired of what I was doing. I needed a change badly. And I stumbled upon software automation engineer. And, I did the similar course back then. And it's all a story today. Not only am I working as one, I'm actually training others to become one as well. So the main thing required on this journey is your determination. With your determination, you can move mountains. You can do anything you want to do. Why? Because you have the support. So it's not like we are starting with people that are already in the industry. No. Majority of people that wants to transition doesn't know anything about project management. So we are starting from the very scratch. We are starting from the very scratch, and we are going to walk the walk for you. We are going to walk the walk with you, hold your hands throughout the journey. If you are ready to come on board, if you are ready to actually go through the process, we'll be there for you.
And the next question is, can I ask the next question?
Yeah.
Yes. What if you have experience like you have certain skills like you are experienced or you are skilled in electrical works or plumbing works, those skills you know them like crafting. I may say crafting, all those works which are involved in project management. Can they really help in terms of becoming a successful project manager?
See, one way or the other, you've acted the role before, just that it wasn't named project manager or working in a setup that requires that, but you've actually done it one way or the other. If you listen to my explanation, it doesn't really matter whether what you are skilled on is crafting. There must be a reason why you are looking for that career break. There must be a reason why you are looking for that transitioning. You know that reason. But what we are assuring you is, regardless of your background, whether you are good in crafting, whether you are good in drawing, but you are tired of what you were doing, wanted something different, there's something different, you've never done it before, but you want someone who knows how it is done, who can take you on the journey and make you become a successful project manager. So what you are going to go throughout the process of the training and the project will put you in a better position to become a project manager. And as Michael has said, it depends on you what you want to go for. I showed you a job of 90,000. Yes, one of my students just got a job, Scrum Master student just got a job, a contract role, paying 450,000. That is like 9,000 per month. You can times 9,000 times 12. You know how much that is. But it depends on how confident you are, So if you think, oh, I'm just starting out, you can go for a lesser role, like as Michael has said, probably junior managerial role and all of that. But you have all it takes. You are going to have all it takes at the end of that 3-month process, and you put yourself in a better position if you want to go into that career.
You have explained a lot. Now, if I want to ask about what I want to ask is regarding the payments of you are saying that I should come aboard. Now, regarding the payments of coming that side, what if you are not stable enough to come that side? Is there any scholarship? Or let me put it like this.
All right. I think I understand you. See, because we are based in the UK doesn't necessarily means the course is for people who are in the UK. No. If you listen to my talk earlier on, since after COVID has opened the space for us. So regardless of where you are, whether you are in the UK or you are in Nigeria, you can get a remote job at the comfort of your home. You don't need to relocate. But for the lucky ones, IT project management is one of the shortage of skilled worker in the UK. Meaning you can be in Ghana, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, South Africa, apply for project management role in the UK. If they really like you, they can sponsor you to come over. But you don't need to come over before you start working as one. You can be in Nigeria and be working for a company in Australia. You can be in Ghana and get a remote work with company in Switzerland, if you understand, because you are working remotely. Did that answer your question?
Yes, I've answered all the.
Okay, please, is there an instrumental plan?
All right. Yes. So half payment is required to start on the journey, and the other half has to be paid before you start on the project. So that means the other half will be due in 4 to 5 weeks time after you start the journey.
Okay. Do we have at least this week to make the first part payment? Or
I will talk more about that probably at the end. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. That's all I need to know.
No problem. Who is using iPhone? You raised your hand. Can you unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I think Francisco has basically asked everything I wanted to know. Because I'm into the art sector and currently in the UK and looking for like a new path to like go on. I've always loved project management though, but then You know, hearing you guys talk and talk about tech looks like a very like an obstacle for me. And I'm like, is it tech I'm going to come and do here right now? But then I think that you guys are going to teach like the basic project management and we can apply it in different, how would I put it? I'm sure you know what I wanted to say. Oh,
Yes. So tech, IT, it's not only applicable. The knowledge that you're going to get from the journey is applicable in any industry, and we are not starting in the middle. We are starting from the scratch, and we build upon that so that you can understand what you've been taught.
I will disturb. Oh, I hope you guys are ready for disturbance because
Michael is always ready for disturbance.
why are you pushing it to Michael?
I'm
You
not,
know,
I'm always ready. I'm always available. Apart from the good thing is, even aside Michael, when you get on the project, you're still going to have someone who will look out for you guys. Someone who is going to act like probably like a program manager. If you have who is going to monitor what you are doing. If you have any question, issues, concerns about what you're working on, you always have someone you can go to.
okay, now, so see, you don't have a knowledge of Excel, you don't have a knowledge of anything. You're
But
coming as a,
you are not using Excel. All the
I
tools
know.
that
But
you'll be
this
using, you'll be
Gan,
taught.
this what Gan chat or what's the name?
Don't let the name deceive you. It's just a name. There is nothing. See, let my own testimony tells you that there's nothing that cannot be achieved. The only thing I knew before was debit and credit, account entries. Those are the only things because as I said, I had my first degree, master's in accounting. But what I'm doing now, I'm writing code in programming language using C#. Can you believe that someone who did accounting can do that, just embarking on a 3-month journey? No. But as I said, you are not relying solely on your facilitators. You are getting your hands dirty. Trust me, all these tools, there's nothing much to them. By the time you use it, make mistakes, ask questions about the mistake you've made, you learn more. And at the end of the 3 months, you'll be because you'll be using it every day on the project, right? And you'll be learning. And as I said again, it's going to be an everyday journey for you. The training might be twice a week, although when you start on the project, it's going to be more like, because you'll be using agile methodology and you have to observe all the agile rituals. And agile rituals, there's one that you have to do every day, which is a daily stand-up. You'll be using these tools, but don't limit yourself to the twice a week for the training. It's an everyday journey for you. Pick up these tools. If it's project management, if it's MS projects, you've been given the tools, right? Use it. It's not to decorate your laptop. It could be scary at the beginning, but the more you use it, the more you get familiar with it. And you realize that there's into it. So that's why the fact you might not know how Excel works, you might not know Gantt chart, you'll be looking, what is Gantt chart? Do not worry, because you have people to take you on the journey. You are not alone on the journey.
Okay, sir. I assume that I'm supposed to be safe. Okay. All right.
You have nothing to, as long as you are willing to do the job, do the work, commit into the process. I tell you, you learn as much as you want to learn.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Banjo, you can unmute yourself, please.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Banjo.
Yeah, hi. Good evening. Okay, so I just have a few questions I missed during the training. I'll just or during this taster session, I'll just like a bit of clarity upon. Some people have asked the questions I wanted to, because you keep mentioning using the tools or learn to use the tools. I am employed here where I am. I'm in the UK already, but I am employed and I don't have so many hours on my hands daily. From your point of view, how many hours of practical session do you think one needs to put into this to be able to optimize what he's learning? Because you said there's going to be 2 classes weekly. Yeah, I suppose those will be evening times. I would always make myself available for that. But then, like, how many hours do you need to subscribe to daily to be able to like get the best out of this experience?
All right. Thanks. So the training is Mondays and Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. All right. So aside the training, and I'm going to go back to myself to use myself as the guinea pig here. I'll tell you, it depends on how badly you want that transitioning. If you still have time on your at your disposal that you are not really in a hurry, but you want to just learn, acquire the knowledge, and probably in 4 months' time, you want to start actively looking for a job. We might say probably 2-3 days a week might do because you still have time. But if you are the type that you have a deadline, you want that transition like yesterday. It's an everyday process. I tell you, I facilitate as well, and I tell my students at least minimum of 2 hours every day. When I was doing my own transitioning, I understand the UK life, right? You've got family, you've got work you need to do, whether 8 to 8, 9 to 9, 9 to 5. It's not easy, I understand. But because I needed it badly, right? I had to wait till like midnight when everything is settled. It's not convenient for me, but I needed that change. And I'll do what I wanted to do, probably 12 to 2 a.m. or 12 to 3 a.m., go to sleep. It's not convenient, but I know it's a sacrifice I need to make for the next 3 months. And I could tell you it paid off because at the end of that 3 months, because of the amount of hours I put into the process, after I finished the training, I was getting interviews back to back, and I secured my very first role 2 weeks after I finished that training back then. And I didn't only get a software automation engineer role, I got a senior software automation engineer role. This was someone who just finished a 3-month training. Sometimes I'll go for interviews, the way they would drill me, I'll just be laughing inside myself that, Adebin, this guy just finished 3-month training. You even give me the job because I've really tried. The job that I got at the end of the day, remember, you are competing. That was why I said you'll be competing with people who has been doing it. It was a 3-stage interview. The first stage was an hour telephone call. After that, the second stage was a 2.5 interview, 1 hour to do technical test, whereby you have to write codes, and 1.5 hours to ask you questions on that technical test. It wasn't easy for someone who just finished a 3-month course, but because I wanted badly, I made mistakes with the practical, with the technical test, but that doesn't matter because, I was still able to do my bit. Thinking it will end there, they called me again that I did well, they like to schedule the 3rd interview with me, with their head of whatever then. And I went for the 3rd interview. To cut the story short, I was given that role. That was 2 weeks after I finished a 3-month course as well. But I made it because I needed it badly. It was an everyday affair for me. It wasn't easy. I won't tell you it's going to be a walk in the park. It's a lie. No, but it is sacrifice. Anything that for every sacrifice, it's just a matter of time. It will come to an end. So it was a 3-month sacrifice for me personally, but it depends on you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for answering that. Talking about the tools, I believe these tools you've been talking about are IT tools. I'm gonna take a leaf from what the last lady said about if it's like, let's imagine it's something like Excel. are you going to be like sharing practical hands-on videos that's going to help us know how to use these tools better, or how are we supposed to, because committing
you are going to be taught
how to use these tools?
yes
You'll
it's
be
part of
giving
it's part
like
of your practical
assignments
training.
or stuff like that you have to like come up with.
Yeah, it's part of practical training that you go through.
Okay.
Can I say something with regard to that?
Yeah.
Okay, so with regards the tools that you've introduced.
Yeah, please go ahead. I'm listening, please.
All right, so every tool you've introduced to, even the Microsoft project, you will work with it. That's why when we talk about the theory on Monday, by Friday, you will work on that. If you need to work on use the Microsoft project as a tool which you have to learn, that Friday class, that is what we're working on. So for the practical classes, you are advised to always have your laptop, because you will share your screen, you'll be working while we're, for example, we want to create the project charter, and it's a Friday class, which is practical. So in that class, I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to, you as a student or you as a learner, from the case study, you will extract the information which you will need to fill out the project charter. Now that template is going to be provided for you. Okay, so that template is going to be provided for you. And as a template is provided for you, by Friday, you will fill it out. So like the stage where you use the Microsoft project is in the phase 2 of the project lifecycle. So at the phase 2 of the project lifecycle, you will be using that Microsoft project to create your work breakdown structure. So you will have that hands-on experience. So for the practical classes, you are to come with your laptop. Okay. Even if the other classes you say, oh, I'll listen to the recording. No, because you want to gain that hands-on experience, please be available for those hands-on classes.
Okay. In furtherance to what you're saying, when it comes to project management, I know this IT space is broken into a lot of sub-segments. There's this very popular one that everybody is liking into, where I hear people say they've become Scrum Masters. Is it subsumed under project management, or is it an independent field on its own? Or are we doing is this training going to cover things in becoming a Scrum Master?
Okay, great. Now, Learn with Pride has a course for Scrum Master. Okay, but if you subscribe for this project management course, we will teach you what a Scrum Master does. So you are more or less getting a 2-in-1 package from this course. Okay, but if you now decide and say, oh, I still want to become a Scrum Master, you can now register for that course separately. But in this project management course, you will be taught all that a Scrum Master does, all the Scrum Master events, their ceremonies and all that, you are going to be taught.
Okay, one final question, please. I hope my questions are not too many.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
The practical projects that you'd have us working on after the 5 weeks intensive training, are they projects in Nigeria, outside of the country? Who are you working with, or how does it work really?
All right, let me take that.
Okay.
They are UK projects. We have clients, that we work with as well, that we need to deliver a solution for as well. And those are the kind of project that you'll be put on to assist and work to make that deliverable possible. So yes, they are all UK. They are all UK projects, and yeah.
Okay, I also want to add to that. Now, I would want to say that that question sounded more like you want to limit yourself to one location. Okay, remember the IT space is very versatile.
Totally, believe you me, I do not want to limit myself to any single location. I'm in the UK today, but the UK not be my final destination. Believe that. So,
so technically, what the live project is even equipping you with is to be able to work with a cross-functional team where you can have your software tester in Ukraine, your data analyst is probably in Nigeria, the web developer is in UK. So it's giving you that experience. Okay, so even though the clients are from UK, your team may not be in one location. I hope you understand. So we are trying to also get you acquainted with, expanding your horizon to know that you can work with anybody, anywhere.
Okay, so during this whole course outline, final question, please. Oh, sorry. Okay. Is there a grading system for it? Is there a check and balance way for people to know, like, okay, you know what? You're on top of the game, you're on the right path, you're doing what you need to do, or because if you're doing all this and you're not even sure what you're doing is productive, or I think you get my question.
I get your question already. Now, in the course of the training, remember I said there will be a 1 week where your work will be reviewed by the facilitator. So while we are working on your project charter, your RACI log, your stakeholder register, you have done that and you did it with your classmates. So that 1 week after the 4 weeks training, that 1 week after the 4 weeks training is where you, sorry, please, what's your name?
Banjo.
Okay, Banjo. So
please, Banjo.
There'll be a class where we'll say, okay, Banjo, what have you done so far? And then you do a presentation of your project charter, your stakeholder register, your RACI log, your work breakdown structure, your status report. You show me all you've done. And then I'll tell you, okay, this is good. For this, you tweak it a little bit like this. How did you arrive at this? You'll be asked questions, and in the course of it, not that at the end we'll now say, okay, you scored 5/10 or 8/20. No, but we will grade, we will check what you have done to make sure that you are well-rounded by the time you move into the live project. I hope you understand.
Yeah, thank you. You've actually answered a lot of my questions. I shouldn't even be the one asking all these questions because my partner has actually done a training with you guys before, and she's working in the IT space now. And I can definitely say whatever it is you guys did, it worked for her. But the difference is she wasn't so busy back then. She could like really focus on it. I have my hand in 1 or 2 pies already, but then I'm looking to really transition because COVID has happened, like we all know, but that will not be the last thing. And working from home is like the next thing or the next level. So everybody needs to have like some form of skill that is so, and that is why I'm trying to like really transition into this, have a good grounding in this. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for answering all my questions. I look forward to the full-on experience or episode with you guys.
You're welcome, Banjo.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to call on, please pardon me if I say this wrong. Oge Newon.
Ogede.
Okay.
All right. Good evening. Good evening from Nigeria.
Good evening.
All right. I did drop my question on the chat. Okay. A friend just dragged me into this, and I said, okay, let me quickly just have an understanding of what it is, because I've been wanting to, like you said, have a transition from the oil and gas sector to probably get a bit more into IT, which is part of my field before. So I want to ask, you said the class is starting 23rd January.
Yes.
For maybe I can meet up this first start or this schedule? Is there any plan for probably after this to start another one? At least by then someone will be prepared. It's okay.
You
Yes,
mean
I'm fully prepared for this. Yeah.
you mean with the next cohort?
Yes, still on this project management. Say
Yes,
I'm
still
not
on.
able to meet up this period. Yeah.
All right. Although every session is recorded anyway, so for those who misses any class, they can go back to the recording. But if you're unable to join the cohort starting on the 23rd, there will be
Yeah.
another one starting end of February.
Oh, okay. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Another point that I think you dropped on the chat, you said 400,000. And I
Yeah.
asked the question, 400,000 NGN, or you talking
Yeah,
about other
engine.
currency?
No
All right,
engine.
thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right. Thanks.
No problem. Thanks a lot. If you still have further questions, please kindly raise your hand while I go through the questions on the chat quickly. How much is the cost for registration? In pounds, it's 499. In Naira, it's 400,000. But as I said earlier on, you have, if you are enrolling between today is what? Today is Tuesday. So the discount runs out on Friday. So the last day for the 40% discount will be this Friday for 40%. But it doesn't matter if after Friday you still be eligible for a discount, just that it won't be as much as 40%. It will just be 20% discount from Saturday. You'll still be able to get.
Sorry, the 40% discount, that will be how much in Nigerian currency?
I'm not good in, that was why I transitioned now. I told you I transitioned. Please
okay.
just help me to, okay, don't worry, I'll tell you now. So 40%, so that would be 400 and that would be 240,000. So if you take away 40% from 400,000, that would be 240,000 to pay instead of 400,000. But from Saturday, it will drop down to 20% discount from Saturday.
Okay.
Williams, you raise your hand.
Sorry, I wanted to. Sorry.
That should be 160.
Sorry. So
No. I
the
mean,
40%.
sorry. Let
Exactly.
me clarify. Yes, but the cost to pay, the total to pay will be 240,000. The discount on it is 160,000.
Okay. 160. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. All right. Loretta, you were saying something.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. I can hear you. All right. Let's go to Williams. Williams, can you unmute, please?
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, so I wanted to ask if apologies, I joined really late. I literally just joined like 10 minutes ago. So I wanted to ask if there will be any certifications after the whole training and live projects.
All right. Okay. That shows you really joined late. All right. On request, if you want a certificate of completion, we can give that to you, right? But in the presentation, if you listen back to the recording, when it comes to professional certification, it's really good, right? I'm not saying professional certification is not good, but we don't really preach much of professional certification. And that is based on my own personal experience, that I get to realize that having bunch of certificates doesn't mean that you get the role. And that is why you need the practical and the hands-on work experience. But if you are referring to the certificate from our own company, yes, certificate of completion is given at the end of the whole process.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks. If you still have questions, you can raise your hand, but let me try and answer those on the chat. Can we pay in installments and still enjoy the discount? Yes, you can pay in installment. First half payment is required to start, and the other half has to be paid before you start on the live project. Right. But remember, I said the 40% discount is only till Friday. From Saturday, it will drop down to 20%. So at least you still get a discount if you want to embark on, and you can pay in 2 installments. Please, if you are not speaking clearly, okay. Please, what is the discount, and can one still get the discount and the MS project if I pay tomorrow? Yes, you can get for everyone, whether you get 20% discount or whether you get 40% discount. For everyone coming on this journey, I'm going to give MS project free of charge to you. So whether you get 20% discount or 40% discount, MS project is guaranteed for everyone coming on board. All right, is the project. Is the project going to be IT related only? Because I'm a facility manager and not really in the tech space. The project is IT related, but the practical training, the knowledge that you get from the practical training, as Michael said earlier on, you can work in any sector. And that is why different methodologies will be used depending on what sector you are working. You know, your sector, it might be waterfall they are using. That doesn't mean you can't still act as a project manager. In IT, it might be Agile or Scrum they are using, or sometimes they might use a combination of waterfall and Agile, which they refer to as Agile. So it doesn't really matter whether you're a facility manager or the industry you are working. The knowledge is important. The knowledge that you will gain, you can work in IT and you can work in non-IT. I hope that has answered that question. I want to clarify. Thank you so much, but I want to clarify. Is it 5 weeks class session and 7 weeks practical work experience? Or is it 4 weeks theory and 4 weeks practical work experience? All right, okay, I understand why that is coming. All right, so the practical training is for 4 weeks, right? But in that 4 weeks, remember it's twice a week or 5 weeks. Remember it's twice a week. The Monday will be for theory, while the Friday will be to practicalize the theory that you did on Monday. And that will go on for 4 weeks. So Monday and Friday, Monday and Friday, Monday and Friday, Monday and Friday for 4 weeks. The 5th week is your presentation. And after that, you will now have another 2 months to work on a project with a cross-functional team. You know, so the whole process from the beginning to the end is a 3-month process. That's too precious. I hope I've answered that. Will there be a template from your previous live project as part of the course material? I believe Michael asked something. Remember, you do like even before you get on the live project, you do like a dress rehearsal, you know, before you actually get on the live project. So documentation and everything will be provided. Please, I would like to know if Learn with Pride will assist in obtaining a PMP certificate. As I said again, me, I'm not a preacher of any certification exam, you know, but we can guide you. Michael can tell you what and what needs to be done to get certified if you are interested, you know. So you still get that guidance and support. But always note at the back of your mind, we preach more of practicals and hands-on experience and less of certification. Are you going to be using Prince2? Prince2 is part of the methodology that will be used. What is the discounted price in Naira? After the discount, you have to pay 240,000. The discount you are getting, if it's 40%, is 160,000. And if it's 20%, it's just half of that. That is 80,000. Please, is there an installment plan? Yes, as I said, half payment is required to start, and the other half has to be paid within 4 to 5 weeks before starting on the project. Before you get on the project, everything has to be paid. Before you are put on a project, everything has to be paid. Please, how much is the cost? I joined late. In pounds, it's 499. In Naira, it's 400,000. But you have 40% discount till Friday, and from Saturday, you have 20% discount. And I believe, yeah, is it 40% on 499? Yes. As I said, for MS projects, whether you are getting 40% discount or you are getting 20% discount, MS project, I'm going to provide for everyone. Everyone will get MS project. Olayinka, yes. You are paying 240,000 after the discount. The cost of the training is 499 in pounds and 400,000 in Naira. So would you provide other tools other than MS projects? Other tools, you don't have to pay for it. Like Jira, Jira has got a free version. IT Poker, you don't need to pay for it. IDA board, you don't need to pay for it. But the only ones you need to pay for is this one. And it's because there's no free version of it. There's no trial version. I don't know why, but that's why. But other ones, you don't need to pay for it. It's an open source tool that you can still get to use the free version. I hope this discount will also be applied to the BA course. I'm afraid we have to wait till the day. What is the amount in CDs? I'll need to do that conversion. You can message, you can WhatsApp me, and we can talk more about that. That's the WhatsApp message, WhatsApp number on your screen. So if you still have any question, please raise your hand. If not, this is where we'll be drawing the curtain. When will be the BA course commence? The BA course will be starting on the 4th of February, but there's a taster session coming up on Saturday for BA. All right, so any final question from anyone? Any final question, clarifications, anything you are not sure of, you want to clarify? You can still raise your hand. And also you can take a screenshot of the number on your screen if you want to private message me, DM, and all of that. I will respond to any of your messages. So you can take a screenshot and message. Also, this is the account details. You can take a screenshot if you want to as well. But as I said, this course will be starting on the 23rd of January. It's going to be twice a week, Monday and Friday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. But the whole journey is a 3-month journey. So if you are really keen on making that career move, what are you waiting for? You know, this is January, you know, like the Scrum group cohort that finished on the 21st of December. Couple of them already got a job, a contract role that they will be starting this January, and they just literally finished on the 21st of December, you know. So it is happening, it's happening, but you need to do your own bit. For installment payment under the 40% discount, we pay. Yes, that's correct. You pay 120 first, then the other 120 has to be balanced 4 to 5 weeks just before you start the live project. Yes. To Loveling, yeah, that's correct. Yes. All right. If there's no further question, if there's no raising of hand, I thank everyone for your time coming on this call. Really, really appreciate and hope to see you on the journey. And let's walk the walk together. I do say to my people, if I can do it, trust me, anybody can do it. With determination and the right support, anybody can do it. So thanks everyone. Enjoy your evening. Have a lovely good night rest and see you on the other side. Thank you everyone. Thanks. Have a good night.